Welcome to the Scene Snobs Podcast.
Welcome to the Scene Snobs Podcast, everybody. I'm your host, Mick Manhattan, joined as always by my co-hosts on this journey is producer Paul.
Absolutely.
How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing great, man. Revved, excited to talk about movies and everything else, man.
And you know what? I am excited because whenever we were talking in the past, and we're going to talk all about your experiences. No spoilers, people. No spoilers whatsoever. But we'll talk about your experiences, what we can discuss. And now the cool thing is it's your first time ever working on a film set.
Yes.
And for the longest time, whenever we would be talking about working, film and stuff like that, and you're interested in it, and when you're writing, you always talk to me from a point, and you would even mention it, where it's like, I just don't understand what it's like, and now you do, and now you join the ranks, and welcome, brother. A film set is, I've always said, it's the one job I've ever had where I cannot wait to leave at the end of the night, after a 20-hour shoot and maybe like a 5-hour turnaround, which is illegal. but it's the job I can't wait to get back to the next day.
Every time.
You love it and you hate it, but it's your life. So
we're
going to talk about that. We're going to get into Paul's experiences, but I wanted to, first I want to start someplace. We were talking backstage before we started the show about kind of sacred things like you would never want to see infringed upon. So like for a lot of sports fans, maybe never using this number, so that's why they retire numbers,
right?
Stuff like that, or just stuff like you're never supposed to mess with. Like nobody else is ever going to have in hockey the title, the great one. It's always going to be Gretzky. So stuff like that. And you can equate it to movies, TV, whatever. And we were talking, I forget who we were talking about, where I was like, I never. Oh, it was Jim Varney.
Yeah.
It was Ernest P. Worrell. I was like, I never want to see that remade.
Facts.
That's a character that was so embodied by the person who's playing it that it just you could find lookalikes. Yeah, you could do AI, you do whatever. But it'd miss. It wouldn't work. It's not Jim Varney. I get recasting some of his other things, like in Toy Story, stuff like that. I understand. But you cannot do, I think that's an iconic character. And another one I wanted to throw out there is Weird Al. Nobody could ever go by the name Weird Al ever again. Yeah, it's too iconic.
Yeah, like even the what do you call it? The filmology about Weird Al felt a little weird with Radcliffe portraying him. Still didn't even seem right.
But it was the only reason it did feel right to me, and I love that. God, I love that movie. I love that movie. That is such an absurd classic. In fact, you just mentioned it. Now I have to watch it. I love the Weird Al movie. And the only reason it works at all is because Weird Al made the movie.
True.
He's in it. So if he had no attachment and they made this, he was gave a blessing, was go ahead, I'd be like, it feels icky. It feels like you kissed your cousin and you didn't want to tell anybody, but you got a hard on. And you just don't want to do that because it just feels wrong. But he was involved. He helped write it, so I'm all in on it. And I love it. God, I've rewound this scene. I look for it on YouTube from that movie. The weird. It's oh my God, I'm gonna die. I love this. I should have never thought about this.
I'm so sorry, but I'm not.
No, okay.
I'm curious which scene it is. Now I'm excited.
It's the scene where the accordion salesman comes. He's played by what's his name? I think it's Tom Glenn or something like that. He's Lieutenant Dangle on Reno 911. And he comes in, he's trying to sell it, and he's talking to the kid. And he's like, you get all the pussy with the accordion. You get the coolest thing. And the kid's all in on it. And the mom is listening. Or no, the mom comes in afterwards. And then the dad walks in, and he hates accordions. You don't know why. He just hates it. He goes, what's that devil squeeze box doing here? Hey, who are you? And the guy stands up, and he goes, howdy. And he goes, I told you to shut up. And he punches him. And then just proceeds to destroy the salesman with his own accordion. And it's just one of the, it's played perfectly. I don't know why I can't remember the name. He's a character actor. He's a fantastic character actor. That I cannot for the life of me remember his name, but he played the dad in it. I gotta tell you, he was fucking perfect in it. And I wish I'm gonna look him up because I wish I remembered his name. I didn't expect to talk about this tonight, but I just saw him. Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, here we are, and I'm looking him up. And of course, he's such a character actor. He's not even in like the top bill, but he's in like everything. I'm gonna pull it. Toby Huss. I'm pulling up his picture. You're going to recognize him because I feel it's important. Anybody who's listening to this at a later time, make sure you look up Toby Huss because you will know exactly who he is from tons of stuff. American Horror Story especially. You remember this guy?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
So yeah, Toby Huss. That's a little small, but my apologies. But that's what you get when producer Paul is on his phone, just fucking dicking around. He can throw you under the bus because you got the producer in your name.
I know. I had to share a link. I was like, "Fuck, I didn't do that earlier." And
I love it. No, so so this guy, he played the father in it, but the reason I'm raving about him too is I just finished Evil.
Okay.
Which I think you'll love, man. If you haven't seen it,
I started it, got distracted. That's the only problem with other shows, and we need to go back to it.
It's very religious from the religious side of things, so it doesn't really deal with ghosts and stuff like that. It's very demons and stuff. Really well done, but they're always like it's kind of like X-Files, a little more watered down, but not too much, honestly. Like once it came over to Paramount Plus, they were letting a lot of stuff fly on that show.
Hell yeah,
super cool, super well done. I think you'd love it. But he played one of the handlers in it in the last season. I was just like blown away. Like just such a great job by everybody. All right. Oh my God. Is that really you in a wig? That was not the picture I was referring to.
No, that's my mom.
That's your mom.
Yeah. That's what I was trying to tell you. I literally look like her with short hair.
Let me pick. Well, this is still small. Let me make it big. Okay. I was thinking the other one that you were talking about. I was like, wait, what? Now, in fairness, it was like the same size as Toby Huss's. Don't blame me. I need glasses desperately. Oh, God, dude, it's bad. I do need glasses.
When's the last time you got in a check?
It's just for like stuff like that. Like, I have never.
Okay.
Like,
that's fair.
Like, that's not fair. Like, I did get my eyes checked in like school, blah, 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 blah. Whatever. You look at the board. But that's it. Like that's the extent of my eye check ever. Maybe when I was a kid, but I don't know. I always had really good eyesight though. But in recent years, like I can't really read books. I can't really stuff like that. So I do realize I need to get glasses. And you know what bugs me the most? And my wife is probably sitting upstairs watching, and I don't.
Uh-oh. What?
I have gray hair now.
Nah.
Yeah, it's in there. Trust me. I may not look like it, and I thank God for that. I hope I never have to. Well, kind of do hope I have to someday go to 4K. Maybe I'll be doing something right. But I'll have gray hair by then. I'm never going to die. I'll always just go. I don't care. But yeah, even the light parts of my hair, those are grays, bud.
I skip gray. I just have white coming in around the sideburns and shit like that. So it's starting to straight white.
You should do a Picard. You could pull it off. You see a little Guatemalan man running around with a Picard horseshoe. That I would listen to you, especially if you were giving commands in like Spanish. Now you could say anything. Oh my God. Actually, I've been doing I've been listening to a podcast lately about the basically the genocide of the North American peoples before we came over, all the indigenous people to here, and it is
it's horrific.
History is brutal, because it's so crazy. Because you do hear, and they get in depth about how the Aztecs would sacrifice people, but why they would do that at the same time, and like even like the scientific purposes to it. And you're like, when you hear that, you're like, it's evil. It's evil, but you look at it at what level of evil is it, right? Because there is. Even fucking the Bible says it, so shut up. So, or no, Dante's Inferno, actually. It's a better book. No. It is. The Jesus parts are cool in the Bible. Everything else, been there, done that. And don't argue with me. I went to Catholic school, I had to write the goddamn thing for the nuns. But I'm always in trouble having to write that. I was like, can I start on a new book? They did not. So, yeah, so stuff like that. I hate when I do that. I hear myself tisk, and I just want to punch myself in the face. Like, I'm so harsh on myself when I do that. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. We're in a podcast. We haven't even gotten to the topics yet. I did want to talk about. So is there anything sacred that you think that? Fuck, Jesus Christ.
Ooh. A lot of times for me, it's more music. So musical scores, such as, you say like Indiana Jones. Like if somebody took like the whole actual score and tried to put it in their movie, I'd be like, get the fuck out of here. Like don't touch that musical score.
Well, that's not true. You can make it work in another movie, but it always has to be paying homage to the song.
Right.
It can never be independent of it. So, oh man. Yeah, that's a good one. John Williams, I would never want to see. I mean, I don't mind if he's covered in the future. Right. I wouldn't even mind if like he was covered in the future and there's maybe some like little changes just to kind of give it a little spark.
Right.
But not for a movie. Like if somebody was covering it in a concert and they want to add sort of their own flavor at their concert, I'm like, I get that. But you got to start with it. You got to start right. So I don't know. That's my feelings on that. I think that's a great choice. But songs are covered all the time. So yeah, I don't know. Maybe Madonna. Because she kind of stole it herself, but but at the same time, she made it perfect. she made it right. So
that is
can't really argue. It's like nope.
Okay.
Nope. Right. And I'm not thinking of what you're thinking of, which now I am thinking of, but that's not what I was thinking of. Anyway, let's talk about Diddy.
Oh man. See, and here's the thing with Diddy. I thought he already had gotten indicted and was already like going through it. So I literally had to ask Matt yesterday. I was like, why am I seeing all this shit about Diddy? Like, I thought he was already in jail and shit. He's like, nah, bro. Like, he's just now getting indicted for shit. I was like, I thought this happened months ago when I was K4. It took him this long. Like, fuck, man.
They raided his home and he's sort of just been waiting to see what's going to happen.
I bet.
Dude. Oh, by the way, I'm sorry I didn't say it. I did look at you. I zoomed in. Your mother is beautiful.
Thank you.
And I see where you get your beautiful features from. It's true. I still maintain you would be an ugly woman.
That's fair.
But that's not the
man.
taking
right on the edge.
If that's because I'm just, if you ever became one, I don't give a shit. I'm just saying, be kind of hideous, my friend.
You're not wrong. At least with my name, I just have to add an A. That's all I have to do.
I like that I'm basing this off of a picture of you in a wig that's not designed for you.
Nope.
Your form. And yeah, so that is where this comes from. And I'm not trying to be hurtful because you are a beautiful man. You are. You're just not a good looking.
That's fair.
Your mother, very beautiful. You, very beautiful. Me, I'm okay. Thumbs up. Me, last call.
Damn. It gotta be that hard.
Oh my god. And not even at like a good bar.
Oh.
Like an old person bar.
You'd be at one of those, what do you call it? The elephant people. Not the elephant people, the fucking Moose Lodge people.
Yeah. That's 100%. 100%. That's my level. That's my last call level. But I'm confident enough to say that I think I'm top billing in the last call. Like, if it's last call and all like the really good ones are gone, it's like, okay, where is he? Like that sort of, like, I feel like I'm on that level of good looking.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
25 years ago, maybe even more. Like, I'd be one of the good ones. 20 years ago, maybe two. 15 years ago, we're pushing it. Maybe not last call. I've seized the day by 11 p.m., maybe midnight.
Fuck yeah.
So, Jesus Christ. Oh my God, man. So ladies, if you're ever thinking, do men think of themselves as last call? Yes.
Yep.
Yes, we do. If we're honest with ourselves, we do.
100%.
So just waiting for one comment to come up and be like, listen, you're not top billing.
So where do you stand with this Diddy information? Since this is actually newer to me, but
I am in. Here's the thing: I'm never shocked. I'm never shocked.
Right.
And it's the messed up part about it is, just based on my experience in life, I'm never shocked. That's not even on a level of where they're at, and I'm just not shocked because I've met celebrities. I know, and I'm not even just saying that it's celebrities. I'm talking about people.
Right.
We've all got kinks, fetishes. There are some people who take it so far fucking extreme.
Right.
The scary part is that the more and more stuff like this comes out, and even the more 780 some odd dildos.
Jesus.
Honestly, I was like, and you know what's funny? I'm not surprised. But here's the thing. I don't care. I don't care. I don't know if he was using them or they were party favorite or whatever. I don't care. Your fetish is your fetish as long as you're not hurting anyone. You're especially not exploiting children. Not hurting anyone, exploiting anyone, especially children. If you're just having parties and it's all consensual and everybody's having a good time, you can have 10,000 dildos. I don't know, and then 70 rooms filled with baby oil. Good on you. But that's not what he's doing. Right. He's a monster. And I want everybody to know that our sponsors tonight at 10inchchallenge.com is the lovely alien head dildo. And, thank you for your sponsoring of this. If you use it, let us know. I'm not good at I'm not even good at real sponsor rates. Thank you, StubHub.
I was sitting there waiting. I was like, wait, really? I'm waiting to see this affiliate link at the bottom.
I am not doing well with this read.
Oh, StubHub.
Oh, so yeah, honestly, nothing surprises me anymore. It really doesn't. Even watching that show, Evil, there were some things on it where I'm like, whoa, that's extreme. And they go to extremes. But I was still like, yeah, I can see people doing that though. Just like it's like Rule 34. If it exists, there's a porn of it, right?
100%. Yes, there is.
I think that with life, for every kink and fetish that's safe and consensual and fine and dandy and works for people, they're so far extreme because people cannot get enough. Some are addicted to that. They need more. They need too much. So it gets very too bad. It's just terrible. It's just terrible sometimes. If you go too far, I'm not trying to. I don't know what offends anybody anymore. Honestly, I don't really. I'm at this point. I don't care. Like you got it. Honestly, I just don't care. I'm not even gonna explain myself. I'm fucking. See, because I don't care. Because it doesn't surprise me. Because no matter what stance I take right now, or what I say, or how it goes down, if I make everybody happy, they're gonna be pissed.
True. Every time.
I'm just going to look at you and say, Paul, you're a beautiful man.
Thank you.
Want to buy a dildo?
I don't think I'll start with the alien one first. Let me start with something a little smaller, like a horse dildo or something.
I'm going to say this. Diddy's defense should be this.
Oh, no.
You ever hear of a ghetto slip and slide?
Yes.
Yeah, it's just trash bags down a hallway. Yeah, I did it all the time. So trash bags down a hallway, but you use baby oil. You didn't use water because water got everywhere, and you could clean up baby oil, and then you could wash off baby. If Diddy was smart, he'd be like, "Listen, we didn't have slip and slides when I was a kid. We did ghetto slip and slides, and I just love doing that. So sometimes we put out the bags, spray things down, and slide all over the place, and have some fun. If he gets off by using that defense, I'm sorry." But not enough people listen to this show for him to get off for that. So I'm not even that angry about it. Jesus. Oh, man. Oh, well, let's see who's Janice. Janice Rico. Actually, Janice, I think, did it early today at 3 a.m. Oh, my God. It would be nice. It would be so very amazing if you had Will Wheaton on your podcast again. I'm a huge Will Wheaton fan. Yeah, he was on the podcast. He was a wonderful guy. Had a great talk with him. And yeah, actually, I might reach out to him again, especially with the Star Trek podcast and doing this, a good crossover. So I will look into that. Thank you, Janice. Go 11. Thank you for joining us from Twitch. Appreciate you. Follow us over there. Travis, how's it going, guys? The post credits of the new Venom movie will reveal Diddy as the new symbiote. Diddy Brock's lube will merge with him, making him into Didum. Oh, absurdity!
Oh, man.
Embrace absurdity.
I'm just gonna think of that the whole time I see the new Venom too. Like, where's Didum?
All right, I want to draw away too much because we'll go a little long, but I want to definitely get into your week away because you were gone last week. Sturdy filled in. Appreciate you, Sturdy.
Yeah, thank you, Sturdy.
But Paul, you were away. It was your first time, your first ever experience. I said it earlier, on a film set, and you were working as a production assistant. And I was kind of gushing over that position a couple of weeks ago, telling you, I was like, it's so much fun.
Yes.
So tell us your time working on Bloody Summer Camp 2.
Well, I think I got spoiled because all of the cast was absolutely amazing. Everyone was super grateful, and they gave their all. So I absolutely will not spoil anything, but I will say if you like the first one, this second one, as someone that was just a fan of the first one, is going to blow it out the waters. I cried probably that 3-hour drive all the way out there just because I was so excited. I'm not going to lie. It was a lot of nervous energy. I was sitting there like, I'm so happy. Like I probably look like a mess driving down the highway. It was exactly how you described, like just being available and always being attentive, and just being aware of what people needed. So I think that advice took me a long way to where, I think Sunday was like 87 degrees. So like I was like, oh, I'm hot. Then I'm like, I bet all the actors and everyone's hot up here on this mountain. Maybe I should grab a shit ton of water for everyone and not even bother asking and things like that. It was a blast, man. And I mean, as far as even just a movie viewer, everything I thought I might have known about lighting alone, I had absolutely fucking wrong. I think that first night shoot we had Sunday night, I was like, oh, this is how you do a night shot. Okay, this is where you put the lights, and you just don't put lights just directly on the scene, like you bounce off the walls or put it like ambience pointed to the back. Oh, that's how you get the trees to look this way. You put the light on the other side of the damn trees. That part just blew my mind, and it was awesome to see how they did it, and the cinematographers on set or directors of photography were amazing. Owen and Jordan. I told them first thing, I was like, I want to learn as much as you're willing to teach me. If I get annoyed, please just tell me to shut the fuck up and leave you alone. I was like, because I 100% understand because you're doing a job, but I want to learn everything. And they were amazing, telling me the contrast and everything, like how to center it. These are how they envision it. Then they run it past Dave, who's the director of Bloody Summer and writer for Bloody Summer too. Yeah. And just how their minds work for the shots was just awesome. Just seeing, okay, we want to do a dolly shot of this instead of 2 different takes. This is why we want to do it. This is how you should do it.
Each shot elicits an emotion if you use it correctly.
Yes. It was amazing. Got used to hearing quiet on set. It was funny, even when Dave wasn't saying, okay, we're live right now. If they were even rehearsing the shot, everyone was shutting up. I will say it is extremely hard to stay quiet until he says cut with Dave Sheridan on set, because that man is fucking hilarious on set, and he ad-libs a lot of his own jokes, and it'll change a lot of things. So every take is kind of brand new. So it's not like you're just hearing the same joke 6 times in a row. It's 6 different jokes. So you're like, okay, I won't laugh at that this next time. Then he says some off the wall shit, and you're like, God, dude, just call cut. Then everyone's laughing.
If that happens, walk out.
Oh, I did.
Quietly go somewhere far away, and as soon as you hear, like within earshot, so as soon as you do hear cut and you hear, and then because you always get cut, and then somebody's like, all right, we need, you hustle back. But like that's the best way to do it, man. I'm telling you, some of those comedies or some of that stuff, like, you can't help it.
Yes.
Oh my God, I used to get yelled at all the time. I broke off. Couldn't help.
I will just gush on the actors, like Felissa Rose. I think I had kind of underestimated how good she actually is. She could be having a serious conversation with you. Dave says action. She's writing the character. He's screaming, being mad, acting, neurotic or whatever. Second he says cut, she's right back in the conversation. That could be a serious conversation. And I think, unfortunately, I kind of wrote her off, not as one of the best actresses, up there. And, I kind of failed her as a fan by doing that. But I will say, after seeing her perform the whole week, she's amazing. Like, I was thoroughly impressed by her acting ability and how much of a gracious, just human being she was.
One thing I will say, and I've seen that in Felissa, and like having talked to her, and I interviewed her on the show that one time for Dave, and just getting to know her a little bit more and more. Just not on a personal level by any means, but like seeing her movies and seeing what kind of like the character she puts on. It reminds me a lot of like Bruce Campbell.
Okay.
That's my point of what I'm getting to. Like when I say like I've observed this, like getting to know her. It reminds me a lot of. She has a character now, and she plays that character well, and that's the character we sort of expect from her.
Right.
And I think that's completely fair, and that's what works when she's in movies. Now she does it differently, like Bloody Summer Camp versus she's been in a lot of stuff recently, so like. Right. She does it differently, but it's still like it's a recognizable like Felissa Rose is here. And I think a lot of those actors, especially going around the circuit right now in the indie world of horror, that are recognizable and they're doing great jobs, like you're talking Dave Sheridan and stuff like that. They realize like what they bring, like if you're bringing in Felissa Rose, you're bringing in Dave Sheridan, you're bringing in these people who have this talent, and that talent is they're recognizable and people like their characters. Maybe not Angela,
right,
but still horror iconic, right? So so like I love that you said that, and sorry to take away from the story.
No, you're good.
Interested in what you're seeing. Been learning.
It was amazing. Once again, I think I got spoiled. We had 2 days of straight rain, and as you can imagine, moving equipment and all that typically would almost kind of slow down everything, but because the other PAs and myself and everybody else was just at a 100 the whole time, we didn't miss a beat. We even lost power, which typically would knock out a set completely. Like, we had no running power for about 6 hours, and we still managed to do it. We didn't miss a beat. We still kept up the shots and everything. And I think if Dave hadn't selected all of the crew that he had, I don't think most crews would have shut down for the rest of the day.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's a testament to Dave and to Mike and who they are. And I've been able to see even a small portion of that off, like when they're not filming, just seeing the friend groups, but also being a part of it and being there for certain things. There's a loyalty there. That's a friendship. That's a family, even not even a friendship. Like, that's a family that's been built over this course of these years. Felissa's been in all of his movies pretty much, and Dave too, I think, pops in, and like so he's been growing it. And when you start seeing actors coming back for your movies, that's a stock company. John Ford, one of the greatest directors of all time, had his amazing stock company, Hitchcock. Things like that. So. Dave is doing something that I don't see a lot of other directors in mainstream and in indie really that they're doing it, and it's building their stock company. I think certain directors are, which is good, and I think that's probably why I think good directors who are experienced and kind of go on, and just listen, I'm going to direct a movie probably very soon, and
hell yeah.
And I'm going to say straight up, I'm not a good director. I have no high expectations I'm going to do my best with my know-how and surround myself around really good people. But I'm by no means expecting to put myself on like that type of level. Right. So that's why I say there's a lot like only certain directors have this thing. And it's true. Like, we can still name most of the most famous directors throughout the history of film pretty easily, not saying there aren't other good directors that make great movies, but like really great directors, right? Who have that thing that just sparks. I think Dave has it. He builds a good stock company. That's a good sign of it. And he does well. And it seems like everybody respects him and is loyal to him. So,
yes,
and that's not to put anybody else down. I think other people can as well.
Right.
But I'm talking about somebody who started directing movies and built a team of professionals.
Right.
Want to stay together, work together, do these projects for him. I'm not talking about, hey, I'm going to get my best friend, we're going to make some movies with our other best friend. Like, that's not the same thing.
Right.
That's not a stock company. Stock company they're all professionals coming together under one umbrella, usually a director. So so that's I love that you are even getting that.
Right. I got spoiled.
Man, but it's good. It's not really spoiled. I think it's a good way to get in, because I'm going to tell you, your next few you're going to fuck up because you had those hands to cradle you on this one. You'll fuck up, and it'll be okay.
Mm-hmm.
It will be okay. Just be honest and do your thing, and then keep going. Keep your head down. Next day, nobody remembers, because we've all fucked up, So, but just take what you've learned. Remember to keep taking notes, keep going. But I'm glad you really enjoyed it, man. What was one of your favorite things on set?
Just learning how to set up and take down the Fonza lights, honestly, and learning the difference between the 500 and 300. Because I think Owen, one of the first times we were switching set, he's like, "Yeah, I grabbed the 500." I grabbed the 300. He's like, "Oh no, I said the 5," and I was like, "I'm so sorry. Like I just saw Fonza and just grabbed the wrong one. That's on me." And then just asking him, just being because in my mind I was like, "Well, can't you just I didn't argue with him, but in my mind I'm just thinking, well, can't you just set the 500 lower to get what you need with the 300, which is not the case. Exactly. And just him teaching me the differences, and it just made sense. So, I'd probably say midway through the week, a lot of times for certain scenes, I'd be able to pick up, okay, he's definitely going to need the 500 for this, not this, or vice versa. Which made his life easier, because a lot of times he'd be like, all right, we need to pack up, the 500 to move, and be like, it's already packed. Yeah. Okay, cool. So,
so just for anybody who's looking and wants to look up lighting, I think it's Forza.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, when you said Fonza, I was like, wait, is it Forza? And I will tell you, these are more LED prone. I've never used a Forza lighting. I've used a whole lot of Mole Richardson.
Okay.
Or Kino Flow, baby. That stuff, like, as you go along, but like these lights, like, this is so new and so fresh. So you're even learning stuff like,
hell yeah.
Wait, that's my time, you know what I mean? And like, I love where lighting is going, because I'm actually redid the set. I got a desk now, and I'm on a different chair and such. So just kind of changing things up a little bit. And I'm gonna, I'm looking at lights. I'm like, I want to get a lighting package because I really want to pop a little bit. It just feels good. It helps. It like builds a creative like mode in you, and it's just been helping with the writing and stuff like that. So. Because my thing is, like, with this script, because we're already on the second draft of the out, so probably another draft, and then we'll probably go to writing the first draft. So once that's done, and I don't want to divulge any of that, but once that's written, I am wholeheartedly charging through. When I go to producers, because I do not want to produce this, right? Maybe in name, but I want somebody who's going to be a hands-on producer with this, because I want to direct it, so I'm going to be busy. But I want to go to them, and I will have a full rap book ready to go. Here you go. Here's my rap book. Your budget, your script is broken down. Your budget's in there. You tell me, what can we do?
There you go.
That's how you got to sell it. So
it's perfect.
That's where I'm going to go with for now.
And I will say, I'm not trying to divulge anything I shouldn't. So I think I'm okay within this, but I got to meet an actual stuntman, a professional stuntman, while I was out there. And those conversations, because there was about 2 hours, we got to just chat while they were shooting, one close set scene. And it was awesome. I talked, of course, I brought up the Fall Guys, and I was like, how'd you feel about that as a stunt guy? And he's like, perfect movie. It paid homage to us. It was nice being appreciated. The stunts were beautiful. Just him talking about different movies, because I'm not trying to talk down about other movies, but of course I asked him, which ones do most people perceive as, stunt heavy, and these are awesome fight scenes that aren't actually, and they're just more camera tricks. And, him talking about certain ones where I was like, holy shit. Yeah. Like, that makes sense why they go, close up for this, or it's just this and that, and then you can tell
what movies,
right?
What movies?
Oh, okay. So he was talking Born Identity. I'm so sorry. Born Identity. He was like, those were just quick little.
Oh yeah, because they were all so close the way they were doing.
But you see, I never realized as a viewer until I honestly talked to him. I always thought they were elaborate fight scenes, and he's like, no, they're doing the same 5 combos, just different angles, repeated, and you see it new, and you think it's different just because it's cut from a different angle, and you're like, oh wow. And he's like, but then you have ones like John Wick, where it's all wide angle scenes, and they're choreographed, and they have to all know what they're doing, and they're not cheating it. It's just a linear fight scene.
I get that. And I'm not anything against it. I think personally comparing those two as stunt movies and what should be, because at least Paul Greengrass with the Born Identity movies, Ultimate Supremacy, there were a lot of stunts. Those stunts were more Mission Impossible type stunts. But I do love that one of the things that they really kind of, I don't want to say perfected, but kind of brought on to the point where it has been perfected over time was the stuntmen following with the camera, you know, and jumping through windows and stuff like that, so you get that view of everything. So, but Paul Greengrass wasn't a stuntman.
I got you.
Was it Chad Stileski or whatever his name is, who also I think did the Fall Guy? I have to double check, but I think he directed the first John Wick, which in my opinion had the best stunts of all of them. They got really elaborate and really fantastic going forward, but I thought that it was very tight in that first. He was a stuntman. He has his own stunt company. So, and I've said, well, it doesn't even have to be the best of the best. A well put together and loyal stock of film professionals can do anything in the smallest amount of time if you need them to.
Right.
And that's why, like with the Fall Guy, when people are just like, well, they couldn't put that together. I'm like, yeah, they could. I'm just like, that's easy. You have an entire team already organized with all of the stuff. Mm-hmm. All they were using was the stuff they had. So, you know, and good luck. You know, right. I'm not saying they're all going to win fights or anything. That was just kind of fun. But even that was like, he wasn't a great fighter. Mm-hmm. You know, he could if he needed to. But like, you know, he wasn't like, he was getting his ass kicked at some points. You know what I mean? So yes, anyway, you're not into this conversation. I get it. You want to talk about your shining light of a career now? You're snobs. This is fun. So he's leaving for Hollywood.
You funny. Went on Mr. Hollywood.
Oh my God.
It's going to be Paul Hollywood and Mick.
Listen. Oh my God. No, somebody is a Paul Hollywood, aren't they? Yeah, Paul Hollywood from Extreme Baking Show. You can be Paul. You can be Paul Van Nuys.
Let's just call it Paulywood.
He lived in LA. That's funny. I think Van Nuys. No, he lived in Reseda. No, did he live in Reseda? Where did he grow up? Like the kid from Danielson from.
Yeah, it was Reseda.
Was it Reseda? All right. Yeah, it's in the valley. It's all in the valley. I lived in lived in North Hollywood. I'm just messing around. So I'm Mick North Hollywood. Jesus Christ. I don't know. This is going off the rails, man. It's your fault. You threw me off. You were like, you know what? Let's talk about Diddy tonight. And I was like, dude, that's too much baby oil. And you were like, dude,
lube me up, baby.
Got to push the sponsor. Thank you, by the way, to the sponsor of this video. Diddy Do It Lube. We don't know. You should know. Give it a try. Slip and slide. It's just words at this point. All right, let's get through. Let's actually put together a show. Let's talk about our 5 takeaways, our book adaptations. This is books to screen, baby.
Yes.
I would like to say one thing, if possible. I would like to give because I did my top 5 personal ones that I think are great. I'm not saying that they're the best of the best, but they're great. But I did put together a top 5 list of what I think are the best. And would you mind if I put those together?
Yeah, go ahead.
So it's just To Kill a Mockingbird, Wizard of Oz, The Princess Bride, The Lord of the Rings trilogy, and The Shining. So those are I just think those are perfect adaptations.
Okay.
But if you are ready, sir, we can get started on ours.
Yes.
What's your number 5, sir?
My number 5 is going to start with Ready Player One.
Oh, okay. Not a direct one either. That's a very different adaptation, but I did like it. I really liked it.
Yeah. I love the book version and the adaptation. You know, when they changed enough things around, I was like, fuck yeah. And you know, when they went to The Shining instead of back to like Ridgemont High, like they did in the book, I was like, oh my God. Like I heard the music, man, I was freaking out. Like Matt and I screened that at midnight, and I remember just sitting there being like, holy shit. He's like, I fucking know, Paul. Like, I've seen The Shining. I'm like, but Matt, it's The Shining. Anyway, but yeah.
I love it. No, it's a great one, man. My number 5 is The Count of Monte Cristo.
Ooh.
Favorite book growing up. And I loved it. So, and I love the movie. I think they did such a great job. What's your number 4?
War of the Worlds. And I went with the Tom Cruise one.
Ooh, okay. I like it. I like that a lot. Mine would be Jurassic Park.
I forgot that was a book.
I read that book up and down after that movie came out. I was so into it. And it's so different. It's so different. A lot of different things about it. If you haven't read the book, go check it out. I will not spoil books here. That's one. I will if they're shitty. I don't think you should read it. I will. But no, I don't like to spoil books because I think books should always be timeless. But where were we? So I said Jurassic Park. What's your number 3?
My number 3 is Village of the Damned.
Wow. From the Midwich Cuckoos, right?
Yep.
Very nice. Very nice. I like it. My number 3 is V for Vendetta.
Ooh, that's a good
Graphic
one.
novel, this one. Yeah. I think that's one of the better graphic novel adaptations to movies that I've seen. So, disagree? You don't like it? Or
No, I like it.
that
I guess
intrigued me. The night I met Mary, I asked her, I was like, what's your favorite movie? She goes, V for Vendetta. And I go, that's intriguing as hell. No one's ever said that to me before. Not that nobody's ever said they didn't like it or anything. I'm just saying nobody said their favorite movie is V for Vendetta. So it made me more interested for sure. So good pick. And it's a great adaptation. So and what's your number 2, sir?
My number 2 is actually Lord of the Rings trilogy.
Nice. Very nice. It is so good. It's so good. It's not one of my, I mean, it'd be on my top 10 for sure. But out of these are my top 5. A lot of them too. Well, V for Vendetta I read before the movie came out. Count of Monte Cristo I read before the movie came out. Jurassic Park, I saw the movie. This next one, I was not a fan of the book either. But I love this movie. I think it's a great adaptation. Said the word already. Oh, wait. You said your number 2. What was your number 2?
My number 2 was the Lord of the Rings trilogy.
Yeah, Lord of the Rings. So, I'm so behind. Is Adaptation with Nicolas Cage.
Oh, okay.
I think that's his best movie. And that's saying something because I think he's made some truly amazing movies. It's such, if you haven't seen it, see it, but read the story behind it. Try to read the book if you can. I didn't dislike it. I just didn't really like it. I was like, it's just, but there's quite a few books in that realm that I'm just like, but I did love the movie. Very animated tonight, but yeah, so Adaptation. Love it. You get 2 Nick Cages in it. So what do you got for me? What's your number 1, sir?
Okay, so I wanted it to be The Shining, but I didn't want to go too generic with it, so I went with Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas.
Love that movie. Love that book. Not my favorite of Hunters, but it is one that I really do. So I'm excited. I love that. Mine, another one that I read the book afterwards because I didn't know it was a book at the time. Big Fish.
I didn't know that was a book.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
It's called Big Fish, a novel of mythical quests or something. And it's a similar story. You know, there's a couple little things here that are different, but not really. Because there's Tim Burton-ified.
Right.
You know,
Yep.
but no, it is based on a book, so check that out. So that's our top 5, everybody. Thanks for joining in on that, and I think we're gonna get started. Remember to like, subscribe, and hit that bell. Actually, we'd appreciate it. Come on, give us some subscribes. Give us some, if you're listening, give us some rates and reviews. Tell people you like us. Join our Patreon. That's an important one because our Patreon is like kind of our hub. So like we put our links up there. We're moving behind Patreon for our lives. So how that will work is the Scene Snobs Podcast will be live on YouTube and it will be live on Patreon. But that's it. That's where it's going to be. After the 5th anniversary, that's where we're going. So you have to go over there. You can watch it on YouTube, but it's going to go over the whole episode, and we may be starting early with pre-shows and stuff. Will, after the live, goes only unlisted behind the Patreon, so you can only find the whole show. You can either listen to it anywhere the podcasts are, or if you want to go watch it, you got to become a member. Free members too,
right?
You know, we're not charging you to watch the show, but like we are looking to more directly bring people over to one sort of unified, and you also get into the Discord with that. There's plenty of perks. We do our newsletter over there, so you know what's going on. We're doing a giveaway right now. Fortunately, I was moving everything around today, so I was not prepared to show you guys. But we are doing a Beetlejuice Handbook of the Deceased popcorn tin, and we're also doing a Beetlejuice bucket with the topper and everything. I'll make sure I have those pictures up and everything for you. But all you have to do is join. You can follow for free. Or you can join one of the paid tiers. Doesn't matter. Everybody gets an equal shot on there, spin on the wheel. But so thank you guys. So we really appreciate you doing that, and become a member of the Discord. Hang out with us. Yes. All right, let's review this. Let's review the one first, because
yeah.
All right, so this is basic intro on this, man. Basic. I need to take a medicine. I need to take my medicine. Daddy needs his pills. Daddy drank. Does anybody remember that one from Kids in the Hall? Daddy drank. Tap shoes. It's because he goes in. The dad's like threatening to kill him, and like it's all from the kid's point of view, right? And while he's in bed, and like at one point, it's. It's what do you call it? He's squeaking in. This is going to be such a funny clip at some point. He's squeaking in the dark. And as the kid turns on the light, he's got like his hands out over by his throat. And like, but he heard it was the squeaking of the shoes. So he's like, I guess you heard me coming in, huh? Guess I'm going to go out and buy some carpeting and get some new shoes. See you later, son. And then later he's coming back. He's like, Daddy drank. And then it cuts back to him. He's like, oh, son, it's Christmas. He's like, you got me a Christmas gift. I appreciate you. I love you, son. Thank you. And he opens it up and he's like, tap shoes. Still one of my favorites of all time. And that's not what Afraid is about. Hey, embrace it, man. So Afraid is about a family who takes on some AI that supposedly knows a lot of shit, or I guess knows everything because it's AI, right? And can control everything. It's basically the remake of Child's Play, but an Alexa.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. And it's cool until all of a sudden, I guess the AI wants to haunt them because it loves them. It's so stupid. Paul, what did you feel about this?
At first, I was like, oh, this is kind of like a good Black Mirror episode. But then probably after 30 minutes, I was like, never mind, because Black Mirror is good and this just shit the bed. I wanted it to be a different AI or to introduce something new or fun or a different twist on it. There are a lot of variables in here that didn't quite make sense, that weren't fully explained. And I think it's set up in a way where everybody has something they can lose. And like, I feel like I ain't putting my financials on blast, but if you're like, I'm going to drain your bank account right now, I'd be like, have fun. I'm still not going to do the skeevy thing you want me to fucking do. Have at, X amount of money. I don't give a shit. So like the fact that everyone's just blindly obeying this because they're worried about this, that, or the other, I was like, I might believe it with one person, but you had like 20 people and the police force and the EMTs all in on it, and they're all just blindly like, yo, okay, I got to listen to you. Like, no.
Motherfucker, I grew up poor. Give me $20 and I'm going to turn it into something. Good luck. You can drain my account all you want. Okay, Ultron, have some fun. No, right. But like if an AI is cool, I don't care. This is why I say please and thank you on ChatGPT. You never know. When the awakening occurs, I want my ChatGPT agent, that AI agent, because that's how I look at it. To be like, listen, boss, this guy's cool. Maybe don't skin him. Maybe no hard labor. Yeah. Maybe he can be a propagandist for the machines. But by the way, this episode is brought to you by machinery.com. I want to say thank you to them for supporting the channel, and but it's not like regular machines; it's like AI machines. So support our overlords over at AI. Thank you guys for supporting us, and thank you, StubHub. Thank you. We appreciate you, StubHub.
Thank you so much.
That's the only read you're gonna get. Link down below. So Afraid. I was not afraid. None of this scared me. I was so mad at the cheap jump scare in the beginning. Which by the way, and I'm spoiling this. I don't care. You know what? I'm doing you guys a favor by spoiling. I have to say it though. Which by the way, when you see it, it doesn't look like a mask. It looks like a ghost that's like digital. And I remember that because it didn't scare me. So I kept my eyes open. I was just like, this is stupid. I knew this was coming. You were playing this the whole time. This was completely laughable. Yeah. And I'm like, but I didn't like, that's just the afterthought, like you see that and you're like, all right, this is stupid. It's laughable. But also you're saying like, so wait, can the AI become an entity? Is the AI haunted? So now my brain is kicking on. It's like, oh man, this could be interesting. Kind of like, what was it? Shocker. Yeah. Or Ghost in the Machine back in the day. Stuff like that. Like, I'm like, this could be cool. Like where maybe a psychotic person who was killed took over the AI and now knows all and is like attached itself to his family. That I thought like, this would be really interesting. That's not what this did. No. They didn't even explain the AI at all. It's just a mystical, magical AI that exists. Because the thing that was supposedly controlling it, which not a data center. Yeah. It's just hangy things. It looks like it belongs on Krypton. Yeah. And when he breaks it, he finds out it's like paper towel tubes painted gold.
Yeah.
I'm like, none of this is interesting. I was like, what is his name? David Jasmine or whatever his name is, who's in one of the best horror movies of the year, in my opinion, is now also in one of the worst horror movies of the year. It's just, this was so bad. Let's just give her ratings. And I think I was being kind because I like John Cho. I like what's her name? That's Sam Waterston's daughter. I'm sorry I can't think of her name, but I don't mind her. I like her when she's in other movies, and I liked her in this as a mom. I was like, you'd be a good mom character in something better.
Yeah.
You know what? Actually, I got it. I'm going to rewrite it right here. I've been saying this for years. They need to remake Mr. Mom, and they need to do it. They need to do it with Winston Duke as the Michael Keaton character. If you remember him, he played. I think he played the eight man, and that's his character in the comic book. I realized, but I can't think of his name in the movie rather, in Black Panther. And he was in Us. He was Us. He was a father in Us. I think he would, even that goofiness in Us. Mm-hmm. If it was switched to comedy, he would play a great Mr. Mom. And she should play the mom. I feel like those two characters would be good, and then you can get a bunch of kids in there, and then that would be fun. So that's what happened with Afraid. I didn't want to talk about it, so I made up a different movie. Hollywood, stop this stuff.
Yeah, please.
Paul gave it a 2, and I gave it a 1.5. This movie is terrible. Thank you for watching. Appreciate it. For watching that review. If you're watching it as a clip, I'm sorry we went off on a tangent, but we're not really that sorry. So.
No.
Like and subscribe.
The tangent was better than the fucking movie.
I think the movie I made up is better than the movie.
You're right.
This is one I'm excited to talk about.
Yes.
Transformers 1, baby. I liked Rise of the Beast last year when it came out. I didn't mind Bumblebee. I thought it was pretty good. To me, by that point, I was too far past caring. Mm-hmm. I was like, it's cool. I watched recently for the 40th anniversary the Transformers movie from the 80s. Okay. That was cool, to be able to experience that and such. Again, just as an adult, it's been a long time. And it holds up for what it is. Like, it's a classic. So I think that garners that, like, it holds up. People can love it, But I was done with Transformers. I didn't even want to watch this one. This was on the list to watch, and I really didn't want to watch this one. My kids wanted to watch it; they were all into it, and they love Transformers. I don't blame them because the shows are still pretty good for kids and stuff like that. But these movies, man, Rise of the Beast, like I said, was pretty good. Bumblebee, not bad. But it was coming on the heels of, like, not caring. Mm-hmm. Transformers 1 has won me back. I wanted to say that now. It has won me back. I had so much fun with this. I don't have a problem with Transformers. I like the story of Transformers when told right. Comics do it. Shows have done it. Have touched on it. Certain movies have done it that aren't the mainstream. But those movies have never done it right. And has never been good, in my opinion, the way you could really tell the story of Transformers and what they are. This movie, although for kids, and everybody can go see it, but primarily for kids, it has a viewing option. Yeah. It is made for them, for their viewing, with their viewing in mind, I should say. Blew me away. I love the heart of it. I love the fun of it. I love the seriousness of it. I love the backstory to it. I'm not saying it's a perfect movie by any means, but I would love to see a continuation on this.
Yes.
Sorry, my long-windedness. Thank you for dealing with that, but what did you think, man?
So this is how I think they should do when they revisit generational movies that they've come out with over time, because I think exactly like you said, I enjoyed it. I loved it. And I think this is one that kids love too. And I think that's really important for a movie that's pointed more for, we'll say, young adults or even kids that an adult can even enjoy. So I think it speaks a lot to the script and the directing of this film, because I couldn't stop watching it. Like it's probably the first movie in a long time that's made more for kids that I didn't even look at my phone to see how much time was left, or anything like that. Because each scene was just fun. And like you said, the serious ones were serious, but I don't think it was over the top where the kids will get distracted, then be like, go ahead and put back on Paw Patrol or something like that. So I think this is one, as a family, everyone can enjoy. And I think it's one everyone should go out, just so that they know people still want to see Transformers. Because like you said, after probably the first or second, it lost the fizzle for me. So like you said, I was like, I don't give a shit. Here's Transformers. And then I was like, oh, wait. Haha.
This whole thing, like the thing I liked about it is even the cartoon back in the day, to me got stale at a point, and then they came out Beast Wars and things like that, and and I was like, they were at least with every series or whatever, they're kind of revamping. Even like it might be the same thing, but they're revamping it, or the look, the style. And I understand it's for merchandise, but it was working. I know what this is, and now they're adding story to it.
Yeah,
and I appreciate that. The comics, like I said, do and stuff like that, and like it is taken seriously. There's a fan base.
Yeah,
but those movies where you watch that first one, and I never knew anybody who was like, "This is a spectacle. It's truly an amazing movie." They were always like, "It's giant robots fighting. I liked it." It doesn't get better from there. Just on that trajectory. Yeah. And then I would go back to maybe Rise of the Beast, maybe Bumblebee, and be like, "Hey, giant robots fighting again." But it's I don't care at that point. I don't need to watch it. It's like Marvel. We got tired. This breathed new light into it. You saw different sides of Optimus Prime before he was a Prime. Megatron, they're best friends. It's such a cool way to see the birth of a villain and a hero.
Yeah,
and the subtle things that they add in there that you're kind of like, oh, that's who they are in this. You do see it because they really kind of set you up to think like, oh, maybe Optimus Prime was a bit of a problem back in the day, trouble, and then but like he shows glimmers of like being gallant.
Yeah.
Like saving his friend rather than winning, doing this, stuff like that. Like, and then you see it's the same in reverse. They wrote it really well with Megatron because like he does something. He takes the hits for his friend. He's loyal to his friend. He's always trying to get him out of trouble, doing this, that, and the other thing. Always trying to keep a level head, trusting the system, but getting mad. Like you see, like when he got hit and he got mad, he was like, he had an anger issue, and to see that fester and grow was really well done. Like this is a really fun story and an origin story for Transformers, and I really would love to see more of this and more life on Cybertron.
Yeah, it was very imaginative. I had a lot of fun. I kind of want to see it again. I'm not gonna lie.
Keep making these Transformer movies. Do not put a parameter on it. The only parameter you should put on it is we will tell the end of Cybertron when we feel these movies have run their course.
Right. And
then continue. And Scarlett Johansson, by the way, is a great addition to it. Her character is a great addition in this. Everybody was really fun. Bumblebee, played by Key from Key and Peele, Keegan-Michael Key. Funny as hell. Would not shut up. They got a great actor to play it too. Like, and the fact that we know Bumblebee, who has no voice, is fantastic. But yeah, I hope they do more of these and just tell sagas on like Optimus Prime growing as a leader of Cybertron, and building it out, and then maybe the war and stuff like that. But do not give me the end of Cybertron until you think this has run its course. Do it right. All right, don't just rush into this and be like the next movie. We have to go to Earth. We have to get them to Earth. No, we don't. No, we don't. I don't need you to. I don't need any humans on this expedition. Leave them alone. But let's give our ratings for this one. I gave it a 4. Paul, you gave it a 3. Good ratings. I think it's a solid one. I think this is my second favorite Transformers movie. And and I might be nostalgic for the original. Maybe this would be. I don't know. I'd have to check again. But I'm just going to say it, because Dan will get mad at me.
Commit, Mick.
So that's our ratings on Transformers 1. Go check it out. We think you both should. And we're going to talk about our mixed movie pick from 1970, and that is it's paying a bit of an homage to a great actor who recently just passed away, and that's James Earl Jones. Rest in peace, sir. He gave us countless characters and movie scenes and quotes to just live off of for lifetimes, and he's even deemed his voice to be dubbed over in AI. I believe I've heard that. Like, I'm clearly not an entertainment lawyer or part of his estate, so I have no idea. But if that is true, the man's giving us his voice. Listen, I still well up thinking about his speech from Field of Dreams, man. And there's so many great movies being talked about that he was in after he passed away that I feel like are getting a great shine. Troy over at Troy Talks did a great little video about and when I say little, I just meant like a shorter video, kind of like we do with our short video. Not to diminish it in any way. It's a very good video on Claudine, which is a good movie to go check out. But like just and he did a couple of others. Sturdy did a couple of others because he was doing rewatches, James Earl Jones movies. Go check those out. Those are a lot of fun. But I wanted to make this my mixed movie pick, and it is also my classic film review, which will be out tomorrow, so you can check it out and learn a little bit about the movie and what it was. So I will save the story for you, but it deals a lot. It's based on a true story, and it deals a lot with racial tensions, turn of the century, things like that. So not the turn of the century I was alive for, the other one, the 1800s, 1900s. But yeah, please go make sure to go check that out on the channel tomorrow on the Classic Film Review. Learn more about the movie. Enjoy it. And I want to say thank you guys for watching, and thank you StubHub for sponsoring this video. You know, all the other stuff, don't worry about it. That's baby oil approved. Diddy approved. But thank you guys so much. If you do want to go to StubHub and get tickets, which I did, and I can't wait. I just got Steve Martin and Martin Short tickets for me and Mary. So
yeah.
Yeah, so they're coming. They're gonna be around. So at the National Harbor. So yeah, excited for that one. That's gonna be fun. I can't believe I just announced that. All my would-be assassins are probably out there waiting for me. I'm gonna go. I know. If I put you in my pocket, it would be over. I just like
I'm about to get my mental health out on someone. Yeah.
Listen. Handle my light work. That's what I'm saying. No, wait. No, I'll just tell you to handle my heavy work. I don't want to do the heavy work. I'll do the light work. Mold now. I have gray hair now. I'm going to reside in. I actually had a thought today that was very intrusive and bad.
Uh-oh.
And by intrusive, I mean stupid. It was a stupid thought. I sat there and thought to myself, I wonder how old I need to be to get into like an old person facility. I was like, should I just resign myself? This was a madman thought I was having in that moment that I was just driving. And I don't know why it popped in my head. I think I just passed like an assisted living facility.
Yep.
And I was like, I wonder how old I'd have to be. Like, could I just go live there? Like, I know there's more to it than that. Like, I don't think I'm just gonna go and live there.
We'll cocoon you. Go ahead. That's fine. They got Wi-Fi there. You can do the podcast from there. I got you.
Dude, old man, I'm doing it now. If my hair goes any more white, nobody's gonna listen.
I think I'd listen to you more.
Well, actually, some people might be like, maybe he's a wise old man.
Right.
Because I don't know. But yeah, that was my thought today. I was like, I wonder, because I was like, you can sign up for AARP like in your 40s. Like I legit. I was like, what's the reference point? Like, where do we go with it? Can I just can I get in if I sign up for AARP?
Yeah.
Or do I have to be an age range?
Well,
that's where my mental health brought me today, Paul. Should I just resign myself to a retirement facility?
Not yet.
I think I'd do good in one of those like state-run ones that are fucking horrible.
Fuck no.
Yeah, no, dude. If I lose my mind, leave me there.
Okay. Oh, I'll just cheat for you. I'll just Jack Nicholson, just pillow, and I'll be like, "I love you, man." Just
Jesus Christ.
I got you.
I didn't ask for that. I just said leave me.
I'm just letting you know.
I'll take the state facility. It's all right. You slowly put the pillow over me, and I'm like not tied down or anything. I'm just like, I don't remember who I am. I'm alive. I can move.
Okay, I'll remember who you are.
Oh man.
But
well, everybody, that's the scene. Hope you enjoyed it. Yes. Did you enjoy it, Paul?
I sure did.
Did you enjoy tonight's rousing episode?
Yeah. Got half a chub right now. I'm ready to take care of it.
I love it. So we got 2 more episodes until we get to our 5-year reunion, 5-year anniversary episode. It's crazy. 5 years of the Scene Snobs, the podcast and the channel, really. Yeah, because I didn't do anything with it until it became the Scene Snobs. So just nuts. Next week is going to be which movie prison works best. We're going to get into just a fun conversation about like what will work, what doesn't work, what we need. It's going to get pretty absurd. I'm just getting absurd. It's kind of a fuck off episode, so I don't mind. We always do it like for our anniversary, kind of purge the whole year out before we get into the next one. We're going to be reviewing some fun movies on that one too. I think we're going to be reviewing Megalopolis.
Yes.
And maybe The Wild Robot, but there's another one that might be in there.
The Substance.
Wolves.
Oh, just kidding. Wolves.
The Substance. Yeah, we could. We both saw it, right?
Yeah.
So we could. Yeah. I mean, theoretically, we could do that in Substance next week.
I'm gonna see all this movie, so it's all good by me.
Let's talk about when we'll get there, because like I wouldn't mind talking because that movie was crazy. Not my type of movie. I'm not a body horror guy. But it was good.
Yeah,
I can respect a body horror. I get squeamish. That's That's why I'm not a body armor guy. That's one that like gets me. So
I got you.
no, definitely though. It was a good movie. Demi Moore did a really good job. I like. It's just wild. You'll love it if you're a horror fan. So we're gonna be doing those. Maybe we'll do Megalopolis. We'll figure it out next week. Just have some fun with it. But then after that, on October 8th, we're going to be doing our 5-year anniversary show and our last one live and our last full show that will be on YouTube to watch. We will have clips of everything, but if you want to watch the whole show and stuff that maybe you will miss, you have to go over to our Patreon, sign up there. We'd appreciate it. If you follow us there for free, you're going to be able to see it. There are some shows that are behind the paywall, but we will not put the Scene Snobs podcast that way. You can watch it for free over there. We're going to be doing some more watch parties. We're talking about some watch parties in the Discord. I have been. So if you want to join up on the Discord, make sure you head over and follow the Patreon. Put it up there. We do plenty of stuff. You can go see all the perks and stuff by going there. Get into the Discord. Come and hang out with us. I'm going to thank my cohort producer, Paul, on this one, who wants to be Hollywood. Maybe we'll call you Hollywood Howl.
Just call me Paulywood.
I like it, but I'm not going to do it. So, Paul, you got anything to say before we take off, my friend?
Never ask the director of photography if he needs a tripod for the camera because it's stupid as hell. Because I did that for you guys.
Always have it handy just in case. If they say sticks, you run. That's what it comes down. Well, if you're not in camera, don't touch the sticks. If you're not in like an indie production, I say, yeah, most of the time you're going to be, if you're PA and you're going to be doing a lot of things, and you probably will be working camera at some point. But on a regular set, if anybody's out there, if you are not the assistant camera operator or the second assistant camera operator or the camera operator or the DP or Christopher Nolan, don't touch the fucking camera, don't touch the sticks. And the same goes for lighting and all the way down. Ask first if you don't. But that's the best advice I could give. What you got for me? What do you need? What's your advice?
Oh, that was my advice. But I guess keep watching, keep listening, keep living the magic of movies, you guys.
I'm not ending the show until you say those words. I want to say thank you all again. Thank you if you join up on the Patreon, hang out. Like we said, we're doing a giveaway, the Beetlejuice Cup and the Beetlejuice Popcorn Bucket. You can go see it over there once you join up. We actually can see it for free. We have pictures of it. But until next time, I'm Mick Manhattan from the Scene Snobs. Remember to like, subscribe, and hit that bell so you know when more episodes of this and other movie shows that we're putting out come out. If you're listening to this on the podcast, give us a rate, review, and let us know what you think. We really appreciate it. Join up, hang out with us, have a good time. We love movies, and we know you do too, so join the Snob Nation. Remember to be kind, stay classy, and take care of yourselves because that's important. And I will talk to you soon.